So welcome everyone. My name is Jennifer and we would like to start today with a land acknowledgement. While you may be joining us from all over the world, today we are here in London, Ontario. We acknowledge the Anishinaabeg, Haudenosaunee, Lenape-Wauk, and Attawandaron peoples whose traditional lands we are gathered upon today. Welcome. Today I am joined by my co-host Alyssa and also many other friends from Western, and of course, all of you. Thank you for being here. We're here today because you're thinking about your future and what university you might attend. It is such an exciting time, but it can be a little bit overwhelming too. You're at a pivotal point in your life, and the decision you're about to make is not just about where you'll spend the next few years, but about the direction and the scope of your career and the impact you're going to have on the world. So the question becomes, how do you choose a university? How do you choose the right place for you? That's what we're here to talk about today, finding the right place for you. I'm going to take you through a framework of different categories and questions you can ask yourself to help you compare universities and find the right place for you. So we're using this word place, and I want to tell you what those letters mean. P is for passions, L is for location, A for academics, C for community, and E for experience. So let's get started with P. Like I said, P is for passions. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? Who am I outside the classroom? What activities give me purpose and passion and motivation to excel? You see, what happens in the classroom is important, but so are these activities outside the classroom. You want to choose a university that allows you the opportunity to continue all the activities you love and also explore new ones. Maybe for you, that means being involved in clubs. At Western, we have over 200 student clubs. Some of them are based on political interests and culture, some are based on hobbies and activities, and some are based on academic goals. Maybe you're passionate about music. Well, you don't have to be a music student to be involved in music at Western. We have lots of ensembles and choirs that are open to non-music students. And if you're looking for a place to practice your music, there are practice rooms in every residence building. Maybe you are passionate about giving back to the community and volunteering. There are several chapters of not-for-profits on campus and in London. But besides volunteering in your own backyard, there are opportunities for you to make an impact with global organizations and possibly even travel abroad to volunteer once it's safe to do so. And maybe you're passionate about sports. We have a large sports community at Western with over 40 varsity teams. Many have open tryouts. We also have one of the largest intramural sports programs in the country with 3 levels: recreational, competitive, and super competitive. And if you're into esports, well, we have a brand new arena on campus, and you can also live with other friends who are into esports with our living learning community and residents. This is the time to reflect and think about what you're passionate about and make sure the university that you choose has opportunities for you to continue to grow your passions. Okay, so that was the letter P. Now we are on to L for location. What is important to you in a city? The truth is, you're likely to spend at least for a few years in the city where you go to university. So do you want a larger city, smaller city, closer to home, or further away? London, Ontario is located in southwestern Ontario, about 2 hours west of Toronto and 2 hours east of the Windsor-Detroit border. The population is just under 400,000 people, and it's a great place to be a student. It has all the amenities of a large city, but the safety of a smaller city. London is the second fastest growing city in Canada. This means more people are calling London home, including many immigrants who bring rich culture and help diversify the city. London is easy to get around, especially as a student, because you'll have a city bus pass. At least 10 different city buses come onto Western's campus, and they can take you anywhere you want to go in the city. When it's time to visit family and friends, you can easily hop on a train, bus, or plane out of London. But you might not want to leave too often because there's lots happening right here. London is known as the Forest City, with 200 parks for you to explore and lots of peaceful trails. There's a vibrant downtown with restaurants, cafes, markets, and shopping. When it's safe to resume, there will be professional sports and concerts again and an active arts community to support. And as a student, many local businesses, they make it affordable for you to check them out by offering deals and discounts just for students. Okay, so we've learned a lot about the City of London, but that's only half of learning about the location. The other half is to learn about the university campus. So, what's important to you in a campus? Would you like it to be large or small? An open campus or contained campus? What amenities do you need? And do you prefer historic or modern buildings? At Western, our campus is large. We have over about 30,000 students, and Western's campus is contained. This means you're not taking classes beside a downtown business building or a strip mall. Western's campus kind of operates like a small city with all the amenities you need, including eateries, a medical clinic, grocery store, movie theater, hospital, and more. The architecture is a mix of modern buildings and historic buildings, and you will find both when it comes to our residence buildings as well. Western has 7 residence buildings you could live in for first year, and 3 different styles of buildings. Every residence building has a dining hall, as well as common areas like fitness facilities, music rooms, and study rooms. If you want to live in residence and you're coming directly from high school, you have a spot guaranteed. Here's a little more about residence.
When you're studying at Western,
why not live here too? There's 7 residence buildings for first-year students and 2 for upper-year students. All of them are right on campus.
we also have 3 different layout styles, so there's something to suit everyone. In traditional style residence buildings, it's super easy to meet new friends. And these buildings are known for developing really close floor families.
Most of the traditional style rooms are doubles, which means you'll have a roommate and share washrooms with your floor. Delaware Hall, Medway Sydenham Hall, and Saugeen Maitland Hall are the traditional style buildings.
Suite style, on the other hand, it's like living in an apartment. You'll share a living space, 2 washrooms, and a full kitchen with 3 other roomies. Being able to cook your own meals is a major plus, but you can still grab some food from the dining hall in your building. Elgin Hall and Essex Hall are both suite-style residences, and you'll have more privacy and independence, as this style only has single rooms.
The third building style is hybrid. It's a mix between traditional and suite-style layouts. It's got the best of both worlds. You'll have a roomie, a washroom shared amongst you, and another pair of roommates next door. Ontario Hall and Perth Hall are both hybrid-style buildings and have mostly double rooms.
No matter what building style you live in for your first year, Res has everything you need under one roof. Like lounges that double as a study space, dining halls, workout rooms, and even laundry rooms.
Are you the songbird of your generation? Because we have music practice rooms in every res, so you can hone your skills for a talent show or even a coffee house. Your Western One card will let you access these spaces. And it's also your student ID, building key, and meal plan card. You'll also be able to reach a front desk 24/7, staffed with someone who's more than happy to help answer your questions.
Residence? It's more than just a place to eat and sleep. Every building has a unique culture, with traditions that have been passed down for years. No matter what style you live in, we know you'll be proud to chant your iconic cheers, rock your building colors, and call your residence home.
So far, we have talked about P&L, passions and location, as 2 things to keep in mind when you are comparing universities. Now it is on to A for academics. There are a few things to ask yourself when you're thinking about academics at a university. Does the school have the program for me and the flexibility to explore? What are the requirements? And what is it like to learn at the university? What will classes be like? So let's start with programs. At Western, there are lots of programs for you to explore. Over 400. Do you know what program you want to study? Some of you might already be thinking about professional programs after your first degree? Well, at Western, we have a few of these. At Western, we have medicine, dentistry, law, and education, and also the Ivy Business School. So most of these start after you complete an undergraduate degree. This is it for medicine, dentistry, law, and education. The Ivy Business School is the exception. It starts after you finish 2 years of an undergraduate degree, and you can start in almost any program before doing business for years 3 and 4. You could also do a combined degree. This is a 5-year program. You'll earn the Ivy Business degree and the other degree that you started in your first 2 years. For example, it could be science, arts, health science, medical science. There are lots of possibilities. I think you get the picture. Okay, let's get back to the first entry programs. These are the ones that you can start after high school. At Western, most students have a common first year, which allows you to take courses for the program you think you want to pursue and also explore other options. The point is, if you're not sure, that's okay. That's what the common first year is for. When you apply to Western, you'll apply to a faculty or direct entry program, but not the major that you want to do. So there are 11 faculties and direct entry programs. These are the titles that you're seeing in different colors on your screen. Arts and humanities, engineering, health sciences, kinesiology, nursing, information and media studies, music, science, medical science, social science, and management and organizational studies. Phew, that's a long list. So, for example, if you are interested in studying French, English, Latin, all those languages, they fall under the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. All of them do. So you'll apply to the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. When you apply, you'll be asked to choose a subject of major interest, but you're not locked into it at that point. You could actually explore a few options in arts, or maybe even some majors that aren't in arts. Let's take a closer look at an example using a social science student. Okay, so let's say that this student in social science wants to pursue criminology. Criminology falls under the Faculty of Social Science. So it is in blue, and it's a bubble, it's a circle, because it's a major. Now, if you want to pursue this major, you've got to take sociology course, and it's showing up in a box. It's in blue because it's a social science course, and it's a course, so it's a square. Now, by taking this course, you have criminology as an option, and also sociology is also an option for a major by taking that sociology course. With the common first year, you get to choose some other courses too. So let's say that this social science student wants to take psychology as well, because they think that's interesting. So they take psychology, which is in blue, and they also take a math course because that is required for psychology. So then they have psychology as an option for a major. Now, let's also say that they are thinking about law school, and they heard that for the LSAT, it's that test for law school, it requires some logical reasoning, understanding critical thinking. So they take a philosophy course in first year to try that out. That's yellow because it's in arts and humanities. By taking that course, this student could also do philosophy as their major. Now, let's say for their final course, they take French. It's also in arts and humanities. And now they have French as an option too. So what you're seeing here is the cubes, the blocks of all the courses that they're taking, and then the bubbles of all the majors that they could pursue for their degree. This is an example of how the common first year could work for a social science student. They're going to explore 5 programs in first year, 3 in social science and 2 in arts and humanities. Then while they're taking these courses, they'll decide which ones they like the best, and going into second year, a better idea of what they like, and they'll decide what they want to pursue. They could pursue more than one as well, maybe psychology and French, or sociology just on its own. Let's do another example just to make sure that you fully understand. This time we'll do a student who's in the Faculty of Science, who's interested in computer science. All right, so for computer science, they need to take the courses computer science and calculus. But they also want to have some other options open, so they're going to take another math course, and now they have lots of options in science open to them: computer science, data science, financial modeling, applied math, and math. Okay, let's see what else we can add to this student's timetable. economics. That's in social science, it's in blue. Because they're already taking calculus and they've added in economics, they can also now do economics for their major or actuarial science. Now, the student has a lot of science and math, so we're going to give them a break from all that, and they're going to take media, information, and technoculture for their final course. That's what the Common First Year is all about, trying something new. And by taking this course, they've also opened the door to modules in media, information, and technoculture. So there we have it. This student has 6 science programs they could pursue, 1 social science, and 1 from information and media studies. It's pretty neat, right? The Common First Year gives you the chance to try out some courses before you choose what you want to focus on. And don't worry if this seemed a little bit overwhelming. When it comes to actually choosing your courses next summer, we're going to help you. We have a program called Summer Academic Orientation. It's called SAO, and it's a chance for you to have a one-on-one appointment with an advisor to discuss all your program graduation requirements. Make sure you're on track with your courses. We'll offer these appointments as many ways as possible, depending on what's safe at the time. So it could be email, Zoom, like we're doing right now, or maybe in person. That was a lot of information. I understand. There's a lot to think about with academics and courses, but there's a few other things that you want to think about when you're comparing the academics at a university. What are the admission requirements? Well, that's going to depend on what kind of applicants you are. If you are currently studying at an Ontario high school, you'll be a 101 applicant. Everyone else is a 105. Admission requirements are generally based on your grades, but some programs require something extra, a supplemental form, profile, audition, something else. If you want to learn more about the admission requirements, all about applying, you can find them at welcome.uwo.ca/admissions. We're also hosting more presentations that are entirely dedicated to applying to Western. We'll take you through all the steps and explain the process in way more detail than we're doing right now. You can sign up on our website the same way you did for this presentation. But for now, we're going to get back to academics at a university and how to compare. The next topic is, what is it like to learn at the university? What are the classes like? What are the professors like? Well, right now at Western, we have a mix of online learning and in-person learning. Typically, though, we have mostly in-person learning in both larger and smaller classes. We want to show you this because we're hopeful during your time at Western, you'll experience this in-person learning. Whether your classes are big or small, you'll be engaged with the professor and your classmates. So here's how.
One of the ways that we, I think, really clearly engage the students is in our collaborative course design. We collaborate with the students in the class to design the course.
One of the most valuable results of these collaborations is a new kind of relationship between faculty and student.
The students choose if they want to do a group presentation or an individual presentation, if they want to do a community-engaged learning project where they go out and find a partner in the community and work with them.
I can engage the students to help create the environment, and then they feel more accountable to their own learning.
Sometimes I think I've really succeeded if I'm able to bring their calculus lecture into their dinner time. It's something really interesting and engaging has happened.
But these partnerships really emphasize common goals and complementary skill sets and can be really quite transformative for everyone.
My name is Lindy.
My name is Tom.
And I teach.
Those were professors who often have larger classes. And as you can see, they are very engaged and involved with every student. But now let's see what a smaller class could be like at Western.
I'm kind of a weirdo in my own department here at Western. I almost never lecture. I am a big fan of turning the tables and asking students to participate in the learning process. For me, that means that they are actively learning, and in fact, I'm actively learning, and we're all co-creating knowledge together. One of the most important ways that I sort of test to see if students are actually engaged is by asking them, do you need more of this from me or less of this from me? These activities, are they working for you or do you hate them? And I get that that can be scary, especially if you're the kind of teacher who relies on very set prep, but I am a real proponent of finding ways that suit you as a teacher to invite your students to give honest feedback and then to demonstrate to them that you're willing to receive it and incorporate it. And if you do that, they will trust you and they will appreciate it to no end. My name is Kim and I teach.
No matter how big or small the class is, your professors are eager to know you and let you be a partner in your own education. Okay, so we have now done passions, location, and academics covered. It's on to C for community. This is our president, Alan Shepard, welcoming first-year students during orientation week in 2019. A week might look a little different for your first year, but you're still going to find your community right away. That's what orientation week is all about. A week brings everyone together to volunteer for the community, try new activities, and get settled into your new home. When you're thinking about community at the university you're going to be at, you want to ask yourself, will I fit in? How will I be involved? How will I be supported? And how will I thrive? Because that's what's important during these years. It's not just about getting through your university years. You should thrive. At Western, we're going to support you in all dimensions of wellness: physical, emotional, intellectual, interpersonal, spiritual, and environmental. Our ecosystem has supports in place to help you, whether you need help figuring out your student loans and finances, or getting the nutrition you need, or exploring careers. Your wellness is our top priority. We're even building a new facility so you can find everything under one roof. Okay, so we are almost there now. Passions, location, academics, community, and experience. When you're thinking about experience, ask yourself, how will I be able to develop career-related skills before I graduate? And what opportunities will I have to try new things? Well, naturally, many of you will think experience and you will think co-ops. Co-ops are a great way to gain experience. You alternate terms of school and employment, but co-ops are not the only way to do this. There are over 20 ways to gain experience at Western. That's a lot. Internships can give you the opportunity to be in one workplace for up to 16 months. Community engaged learning courses take you into the community to help an organization. Entrepreneurship, that's a way for you to explore what it's like to start your own business. And as you can see, there's so much more. At Western, you will have the opportunity to gain experience no matter what program you're in. Some experiences start as early as second year, and you can mix and match multiple experiences to make your degree work for you. Let's see what an internship at Western could actually be like.
I'm Amanda. I'm in fourth year civil engineering, and I'm completing my internship at Dillon Consulting. As a student engineer here, it's my task to assist project managers, engineers, designers on the projects they're working on. And I'm part of the highway design team, so with that, it's predominantly designing the roads, the construction staging, how we will budget this, how we will actually go about constructing it. So with the 12-month internship, I was really excited to take what I learned before and even learn more, but then have the chance to do it on my own. I've met people in my summer co-ops and in my internship that have definitely helped guide me in my career and show me different paths I can take, and also provide mentorship beyond just the technical terms of teaching me things, but help me navigate the workforce. Once you go out and you actually test what you can do with the degree, you'd be surprised how many doors are open. Without actually testing out those jobs, I would have had no idea the different paths I could have taken.
Okay, we have now made it through the word place: passions, location, academics, community, and experience. These are 5 great topics to think about when you're choosing the right place for you. But there is one more big question that many of you probably thinking about that we haven't discussed yet, and that's finances. So here's a breakdown of how much it could cost to study at Western for first year. There's more to consider than just tuition, books, supplies, food, rent. These are just some general numbers to give you an idea. If you want a closer estimate, you can try using our financial resource workbook. Now, keep in mind, this calculator is primarily intended for Ontario residents who are Canadian citizens or permanent residents. Just be aware that if you are an international student, this calculator does not show accurate tuition costs for you. We believe that investing in your future is important with university, and we want to help you financially. We have an admission scholarship program to help you. If your admission average is over 90%, there's a scholarship for you. Our admission scholarship is automatic, which means you are automatically considered. There's no extra application necessary. But we do have some much larger scholarships that require an application: the National Scholarship Program and the Schulich Leader Scholarship. With the National Scholarship, you'll have to have an average over 90%. You can apply for this scholarship, but you also need to be nominated by your high school. It is due on February 14th. With the Schulich Leader Scholarship, you have to be pursuing a program in STEM, science, technology, engineering, or math. The scholarship amount is pretty big. It's up to $100,000. And this year, we had 6 Schulich Leader Scholarships start their first year. This scholarship, like the National Scholarship, needs an application and a nomination. This one will be due at the end of January. Now, we've talked about scholarships. Keep in mind that scholarships are awards that are usually based on your academic merit. We also have bursaries, and bursaries are based on financial need. Our admission bursary has thousands of dollars in funding available for you, and you can apply for the admission bursary anytime after you apply to Western, but most students choose to apply for the bursary once they receive an offer and they accept it. Okay, we are just about finished now. To recap, just one more time in case you've forgotten, PLACE stands for passions, location, academics, community, and experience. It truly is a great framework to use right now while you're doing your research to find the right place for you. We are so excited that you are considering Western. We want to help you thrive as a student. We want to help you discover what your purpose is and the positive change you can make in the world. We want to help you choose your degree and your career and help you experience new things and learn all about yourself. Here are some links to help you. Might want to take a screenshot of this one so you have it when the presentation is over. But I want to let you know that we're going to stay on Zoom now for a while and answer all of your questions. If you haven't asked your questions yet, this is definitely the time to do so. We're going to do our best to answer as many questions as possible before the end of the hour. Right now, we're going to answer a few questions live, but before we do so, if you don't want to stay for the questions and answers, we just want to say thank you so much for being here and good luck on your journey to university.